I am Mecha Random 42. We're gonna clip this because I needed to make a video of this. We're live with Robb and Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark, talking about a lot of stuff like Star Trek and everything. But this article popped up, and I gotta talk about this. Male piss babies are absolutely pooping themselves over Natalie Portman being cast as Thor. Really? What kind of journalism is that? Male piss babies, huh? What is a male piss baby? Is that porn? Should we be allowed to see this? I don't know. So this little male piss baby, Patrick Lenton. This is oh how sweet. He looks like he's still sucking from his mommy's nipple. Oh, he's got a Twitter. What's your Twitter, Patrick Lenton? What's your Twitter, sweetie? He does. Oh, okay. What is your Twitter? Now I gotta look. Oh, well, this is his Twitter page. This guy's pink. It's pink. He's got
This guy should not be calling anybody a bitch with me.
He's the entertainment editor at Junkie. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, you a good boy. Who's a good boy? Not you. Oh, let's. If you're not a good boy, you know what we do to not good boys? We whip them with a riding crop. He's the entertainment editor at Junkie. Good boy. I got a book of dumb short stories at Amazon. He's from Sydney, New South Wales. Oh, there's a picture of a puppy. And he's on a pink couch, but he doesn't have the LGBT flag. Let's see. He's got a couple of leaves and a snowflake and a dog and a maple leaf. Yeah, he doesn't have an LGBT flag, but he's on a hot pink couch. So he's a soy boy. We'll just assume he's a soy boy. Calling us all piss babies. I see. So we are all piss babies, apparently. Let's go back to his little article. Do you want to read this, Rob, or do you want me to? I don't know if you can see it on screen.
You can read it.
All right. I'll let you chime in, though. In the news that is grim, inevitable, and pathetic, and surprising to nobody online, the world's worst men have united in a tonal symphony of frustrated tantrums and poop-filled pants over Natalie Portman being cast as Thor.
Hold on. Who's the world's worst men?
I don't know, guys who sit on pink couches and call people piss babies.
Where's my epic win sound? Hold on. There you go.
The announcement was made at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday, blah, 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 which was helmed by Taika Waititi. See, this is the actual stuff that we already know. However, Portman's role will significantly change from her previous position as love interest and astrophysicist in the new film. Blah, 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 and she's going to be adopting the title of Goddess of Thunder. Yes, we already know that. So just to clarify, she's cast as Thor, not replacing Chris Hemsworth in any way. Yes, that means they are still angry. This should not be a surprise to any comic book fans, as the movie mirrors an extremely popular comic storyline from 2014. Oh, what happened in 2014? Is that when comic books started to fail miserably? Maybe? I'm just assuming. I've always had hammer envy, Portman said at the event, according to Variety. Cue the distorted screech of piss babies around the world and hear 1,000 unwashed scrotums tighten with fear and dismay. A woman in the most camp superhero franchise on Earth. It boggles the average cargo pant mind. How's your scrotum, Rob? Is it unwashed?
It is very well kept. So... The guy who doesn't have a scrotum is talking about the condition of other people's scrotums.
Right.
I detect some scrotum envy.
Well, he's just upset you guys actually have penises. So he goes on to say, considering how outraged they all got about Captain Marvel simply existing is no surprise they are very triggered now. We're pissed off that she exists. No, we're pissed off that the bitch doesn't smile. And she's nasty. Like, the actress playing her is nasty and hates white men and wants fewer white men at her press conferences and interviewing her on her press junkets and doesn't want to know what a 40-year-old white dude wants to say or has to say about A Wrinkle in Time. Thank you very much. Tells off Thor. Is just nasty and snotty to her coworkers. So they highlight a couple of tweets. Give me an effing break. I'm a Natalie Portman fan, but Thor is a male character. When do we get a male Wonder Woman? A Democrat, PC, will wreck the world, stand up and say no. That's not even that terrible. This one makes me laugh, though. So I got a shout out to Warren Roar. We know you. We know you. We love you. I know. Well, this is an I Stand with Doomcock shirt that he's wearing. He's a friend of ours. We know him. I would never call this man a piss baby to his face. This man is a very this guy is solid muscle. He will snap you like a twig, and he's a police officer. So yeah, I've seen pictures of this man. He is a very gigantic dude. I would never fuck with him, and it's kind of hilarious. And it's in a thread with Ethan Van Sciver. This is actually the thread that Rob decided to order a Cyberfrog t-shirt, by the way. He said, and Warren says, and Natalie Portman is the next Thor. Jesus fucking Christ. I hated it in all the comics when Jane Foster was Thor so fucking much, and bam, here we fucking go again. I'm so done with all their woke bullshit, gender politics, and virtue signaling. Fuck you, Marvel. See, this is somebody who's familiar with the franchise, who didn't like it, and that's why they pushed him away from the comic books. Okay, so now you're doing the same thing. You're pushing the same people you pushed away from the comic books. Am I right about that, Rob?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you alienated your audience, really. I mean, that's the thing. And now they're going to alienate the audience again. But I'm pretty sure everybody involved, no, people who read comic books are idiots. We know what we're doing. Nah, I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
I don't think so. I don't think they do. So then, yeah, this person, Mr. Richter, says, I hope Taika Waititi is a miracle worker because Jane Foster Thor is a terrible idea, and Natalie Portman is the worst part about two bad Thor movies. Yeah, I didn't like her when I saw her. I mean, I really loved Thor Ragnarok. You know, I love Thor and anything else. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a Thor Guardians crossover announcement. And like I don't care. I don't want female representation. I want to look at sexy Chris Hemsworth. I don't want to look at scrawny little Natalie fucking Portman who can barely lift the fucking hammer. I mean, like legit, look at the top of this article. She can barely lift the fucking thing here. Like you know, right here, she can't even lift the goddamn thing. And there's even more. Feminists are immediately language policing female Thor. Don't call her that. That's the next part of this article that we're getting into. There's another one. There's another side to this. But no, this little boy goes on and he says, let's get to this straight. There's no reason to be dismayed at the news. It isn't very straight up rooted in dank mushroom selling misogyny. Fuck off, soy boy. What's his name? I don't even remember his name. Who wrote this? Natalie Portman might have literally have shot your dog in front of you while cackling maniacally, and you still don't have a leg to stand on in terms of protesting the casting. No, we don't protest the casting. We protest the storyline. Nobody protests the casting. We just don't want this story. I mean, we can leave Jane behind. We don't need to see her again.
You know what bothers me is how many of these people were bitching that they made Thor all funny, but now they got to be okay with it just because of girls in it.
Exactly. Oh,
how does that hit your minds out there, guys? Really? I mean, if you're one of those people who think like that and you're actually listening to us right now, how do you live with yourself? I mean, that's going to be unbearable. You got to give yourself a headache on a momentary basis.
Right, and then, of course, the last line of the article, this is a great idea, eat shit man babies. Like, this is just a straight-up pissy little bitch who wants to attack people. That's all he is. He's just a pissy little...
With the Dreckies and all that kind of shit. It's like, you motherfuckers want to go out there and attack people personally over their opinion and crap like that. And then you act like you're some big, huge, big dick motherfucking hero. No, you're just an asshole. That's all you are. You're just an asshole.
You're just a bully.
What? I got an opinion just like everybody else, buddy. And you want to attack me personally over a TV show or a movie or a franchise, then you've got bigger issues than anybody I know, because you know what? I got bigger things to worry about, like bills.
Exactly.
Growed up stuff.
And by the way, us bitching about these movies for other people's enjoyment is what pays our bills. And that's the thing that they don't understand. They're like, oh, you're just, and then they get mad. You're just making a living off of other people. Yeah, just like their agents, their lawyers, their publicity people, their managers, all of these, their security, their housekeepers, everybody's making livings off of these people. But no, there's another side to this. This comes from pluralist.com. Feminists are immediately language policing female Thor. Don't call her that. This is by the Pluralist. I have no idea who they are. Marvel, let it be known on Saturday that women are taking over the most powerful roles in Marvel's Thor franchise. But that wasn't enough for some liberal commentators. So this is like the opposite side of the argument. So nobody's fucking happy about this. Or if they are, it looks like they're just pretending to be happy just to either virtue signal on one side or, complain about the storyline on the other. I mean, nobody's really happy about this. Except a bunch of stupid NPCs, I suppose. Let's see. On stage of the event, Portman symbolically accepted Thor's hammer, blah, blah, blah. And she says I always had hammer envy. Also at Comic-Con, Marvel confirmed Valkyrie, blah, blah, blah. We already know this. So who's getting mad? Who's getting mad at this? I don't even see who's getting mad at this. They're just saying people don't want that. They're just saying it. They give you a headline, but then they're not even saying it here. Oh, here we go. Okay, no, they just had a stupid other. That's just a. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do that. This is me screwing up because I'm dumb. Yeah, this person, Leanna White. Captain America's black, Thor is a woman. The new Blade got 2 Oscars. 007 is a black woman, and the Little Mermaid have looks. Shit just got real, somebody's saying. Saying female Thor is sexist, somebody says. All right, Molinar is actually destroyed. I'm saying it wrong. So Jane can't become Thor, mate. There is a talking raccoon, and this is the multiverse. Just admit you hate women. Quit it. Just quit it. Others defend Marvel by pointing out that Jane Foster temporarily becomes Thor. Yeah, we know this. This
isn't a what if movie, though. This is fucking Thor 4.
Yeah, this is a movie that's actually happening.
It'd be different if this was like a what if movie. Okay, fine.
Oh, this bitch.
And again, and this is coming from somebody who's actually like, I'm willing to give YTT a chance, even at least to wait and see the trailer to see what he's going to do with this. Okay. Just to be clear on that. I'm not against this at all, really, per se. I want to see it first, or at least see what.
I don't care. I just want to look at Chris Hemsworth. I don't want to look at Natalie Portman. I just want to look at. It's the same. You're gonna piss off the female fans with this. Look at Jason Momoa. That's like taking Jason Momoa out of Aquaman and replacing him with Amber Heard. That is a stupid idea. Aquaman made $1 billion because Jason Momoa is sexy. All right, so This cunt Brianna Wu says, I swear these fake comic book boys pretending to know Marvel to get attention. Natalie Portman is playing Thor. Not she-Thor, not female Thor, not Thor woman. She's playing Thor. So she's correcting Brandon Davis. So this cunt is like...
Thor is not a title. Thor is a person. Thor Odinson. It's the motherfucker's name!
I have to wait and see what YTT's up to here. I understand that there's the comic book series that this is based on, but
yeah, the bad one.
I see at least, I'm not saying that, but like I said, at least until I see a trailer to see what YTT's up to, because there's this slight chance that he could run with this in a way that is not only funny but entertaining and fits and works. But it's going to be a fine line he's going to have to, walk on. And if he can do it, great. I'm one of those who love Thor Ragnarok. I know a lot of people don't, and I totally respect it.
I did love it.
But I did. So
yeah, so they're only pointing out 2 little people just saying, oh, it's just Thor, not female Thor, not lady Thor. Well, this Brianna Wu is a dumb cunt anyway. I don't listen to what she has to say. But yeah, so this whole bullshit is like they only did this for marketing. It seems like it really feels like they only did this for a marketing opportunity, just to get people talking about it and tweeting about it. Also, thank you so much, Darth Gavel. War, Love and Blunder. That's a good title for it. That actually. Really
I don't know the whole storyline. Do you know much of it, Rob? Because I got out of comics years ago. Honestly, once in a while I'll read a collection or a.
Pretty much that Thor let himself go, and he's pretty much a fat Thor that we saw in Endgame. He became unworthy, and Jane Foster had cancer. Oh my God, I'm seeing a picture of that dude. That is frightening. But anyway, Jane Foster had cancer, and she was able to lift the hammer, but the hammer, when the transformation purged all the toxins from her system, and the cancer became more aggressive every time she made the transformation. But it would be the only thing that would, take her out of her weakened state, and And I kind of lost interest after that.
This is not the face of a woman who looks like she wants to be in this movie.
Okay, guys, tell me now. This is my pitch for this movie, given me what I've gotten. If I'm Taika Waititi, tell me if this even works. Thor wants to get married to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
For her to marry Thor, she has to know what it's like to have his powers and burden. So she basically has to be Thor for a week or whatever set period of time.
Yeah, but you don't. It's not like signing up. It's not signing up for a gym membership. I mean, you have to.
I know what you're saying, Rob, but I'm looking at it from the mystical, magical, and these are fucking ancient gods from fucking, mythology. For fuck's sake, Rob. I'm just playing here with some fun, kind of.
I know.
At it from a point of view, and then he can also have fun with the SJW thing too. I think a little bit, but
he could.
But but the other thing too is there's only been 2.5 people that have been able to lift the hammer so far. Actually, three people. Hela was one. Thor Odinson. Vision is a machine, so I don't know if does that really count.
Yeah, maybe. No.
And Cap.
Yeah.
Okay. They better come up with a good reason why Jane Foster is suddenly worthy.
Because she's got a vagina.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's all they ever do with these.
Mighty Wolf Beta Ray Bill's not in the Marvel universe just yet, so.
I mean, really, if you want to get down to it, anybody who's never really committed what would be considered probably a horrible sin, has always helped people out, and is pure of heart, should be able to lift that hammer by definition in a way. That's kind of the whole point of it, is to be selfless and to be worthy. And that's why I buy Captain America being able to lift it and wield its power. Again, though, you're not wrong. It's going to take a lot. They're going to have to show Jane in a way that I have not quite seen her that'll really get me to buy her to be able to do it. And that's where I was coming up with the whole scenario of, and running it in my head like a comedy at the same time. And again, it's probably a stupid fucking idea, and I'm sure of it. So if you guys think that, don't be afraid to say it in chat. I'm not going to argue with you or get I'm just trying to see if it's better than what the original was, because it kind of works in that quirky romantic comedy kind of way YTT could have some fun with. It could go very, very bad, or it could be like, you know what? For those who like Bride of Chucky will get what I'm saying. Like, at that time, that was kind of a breath of fresh air to that franchise, even though it was the beginning of the end in a lot of ways, even though it's still ongoing. It lost a lot of the fans after that, and I get that. But that movie alone, though, reinvigorated that franchise from the dead already. So to be able to do something like that in Thor and actually make it work, I'm for it. He made it work as the buddy comedy thing in Thor Ragnarok, in my opinion, with Hulk. Like, that's the reason I love that movie. Between that, their two, their camaraderie, and of course Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, that was good.
So if you have a moral of that kind of stuff and just set it in this like kind of light comedy kind of thing, if that's what they do, I'll be fine with that. Not every one of these movies has to be about the end of some world, or somebody's going to destroy something. Not every one of these movies necessarily needs a villain per se either, like in the traditional form. I mean, it could be refreshing to see a movie like these just come out and do something completely different. Because that's what I loved about a lot of the earlier Marvel movies, is that every one of them was different. Like, if you wanted to put those movies in a category instead of just having them in like a Marvel movie section or an action movie section, they'd be all over the fucking place. And Rob knows what I'm talking about. Like, because like Winter Soldier's like a political thriller, and first Captain America is more like a war movie. Just within Captain America, you got different genres. And then the other movies themselves are like Guardians of the Galaxy is a comedy sci-fi. Iron Man is more of an action kind of comedy kind of thing, and you get where I'm going with it.
Yeah. And I think the point that like we're trying to get to is that it seems like it seems like the media and people are just using this as an excuse to like rub it in our faces, or just to be, it's like the Little Mermaid all over again, even though there's a few more people who are actually legit upset by this, because it's actually, in a lot of people's opinions, a bad storyline, and it's what drove a lot of people away from the comic books, right?
And I can't argue that point, and I'm not trying to. What I'm saying though is, I hope Taika Waititi is smart enough.
Oh, I know. But like that's kind of the point of like the little video portion I'm clipping in here, is that it's really more the media trying to bitch at us. And yeah, it could be a good movie. It could be fine. We don't know. It's way too early to tell. It's like 3 years away, So stop trying to like make it this huge deal where you've got to write these articles where you're like calling us piss babies. And just being nasty about it. It's like, seriously?
They have to be right. That's the thing.
Exactly. It's like, if you love it, fine. Let us not. Why do you have to come to us?
We're taking the fucking bait though, too, Mecha.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you. We are.
Sure.
Let's be fair here. We are taking the fucking bait. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm trying to be reasonable about this, to where it's like people can't say that, all of them are just being a bunch of piss babies.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, that's true, and like I'm just kind of to the point where like if Chris Hemsworth is like really not in the movie that much, like what do I care what Jane does? I'm not that crazy about Natalie Portman. I don't dislike her, but I don't think I want to sit there and watch Natalie Portman and Valkyrie be like, yay, women, we're so great, look at us, I need a lesbian lover. I don't want to watch that movie. Excellent. That's just me being like, I don't care about chick flicks like that. And if it's just gonna turn into a chick flick, I don't care. Also, thank you so much, Scravage, $1.09 super chat. I lost it. How about they just make a She-Hulk film instead, right?
Can I actually ask something though? Because I'm probably for some reason I don't see the appeal of She-Hulk other than she's a big green woman running around in scantily clad attire. I'm again.
She-Hulk did a lot of the self-referential, like meta humor that Deadpool did, a lot of the fourth wall breaking humor.
She's redundant in my opinion, though. I don't like when they take and make, and I'm gonna be getting in trouble for this and piss a lot of people. I hate it though when they make like a whatever girl or whatever woman when there's already a whatever man. Make your own thing. Wonder Woman stands out because she's not Superwoman. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope I'm making my point here. All the bat things get annoying too.
Oh, like, yeah, it's another one of those things. Like, can you really stand on your own, or are you just coming in off of the name of another character? Because if this is like Jane Foster, whatever, this is just another like, okay, this is just Batwoman, and this is just another chick version of what we already have. It's like, I already got this. I don't want a chick version.
I mean, I know it's going to piss some off, but...
So I always say you're glomming onto the identity of a more established character. I mean, don't you want a character, a truly diverse character, to stand on its own, to have its own identity? Apparently not.
No, it's like it's so insulting to women because they don't, being a woman piss baby, apparently what they're calling me. If you're a woman, you would want a character that can like hold her own. I'm kind of sad that they didn't have a standalone Valkyrie movie that can be the LGBT representation, that can be this kind of side character that's its own thing, that can be a completely different movie because it's a spin-off of something. Don't just give me okay, now we have Thor, now we have a female Thor, or a chick with Thor's abilities. It's like I don't care that much. And also, thank you so much, Scravage. That's almost all characters now, Tom. $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And yeah, they're none of them are their own thing.
We're not on After Dark, Rob.
That's all right. I like the ka-ching. But yeah, we're about like 18 away from a braless bounce or less. Let me do some math.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So make it happen, people.
No, I don't want anybody to hate me because I don't think She-Hulk is anything that special. I know that she has her fans. And I don't take anything away from that. And she probably is a little bit more original in her own way than some of these other ones. But yeah, the Batwomans, the Batgirls, the Supergirls, it's redundant. And to me, I don't know. If I was a woman, I'd be like, no, I'd rather have my own thing. Why
Right?
can't she? Why does she got to stand in the shadow of Superman? Why does she got to stand in the shadow of Batman? And then
Exactly.
you got to turn around and make a fucking show about it called Batwoman.
And
Right.
that's with all these new, all different, all diverse, all terrible Marvel characters, is they all are standing in very, very large shadows of every character that came before them. And they're expecting to say, "Oh, well, never mind that 50-year history. Yeah, that's this. You're gonna love these." I'm like, no, we don't.
It's like we already
See,
got one. It's better.
now there, Black Phoenix kind of has kind of the line I'm thinking. What if
Mhm.
Loki switches Thor and Jane's minds to show Jane is
Hail
worthy to
Satan!
lift Mjolnir?
Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
I think regular
Hail
Loki's
Satan!
dead, but we don't know about alternate Loki.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Black Phoenix, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah, what if?
That's kind of where I'm going. That's where I'm going. It is kind of a what if story, and if they can make it work inside the MCU, I'm fine with that, as long as it isn't the stupidity that Rob explained to me this other story. I mean, I get it. I kind of get where they're going with it, but it just, where do you go from there?
Right.
It's just,
Oh, but this is the story. This story was in the comics. I'm like, yeah, and people hated it.
Yeah.
There's a
That's
lot
my
of stories
Your point.
Butter and Peter out and don't go anywhere.
right.
It happens. That's kind of why I fell out of comics, because I got sick and tired of having to follow shit and having to read crap. It's like, I don't want to have to read all this crap to get to something good. You know, when certain people would take over for a comic and somebody else would leave in the middle of a run,
Oh.
the story would just kind of change.
See, that's like changing out your songwriters of a band halfway through the album.
Right. Or like when they decide to overhaul a show in between seasons, and then like when they come back, it's hardly anything like the first or second. You know, it's like, what the fuck did they do my show?
Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, or well, not just well, they kind of did it in Star Trek, but not to the same degree but like V. If anybody remembers the TV show V,
Yeah.
they totally overhauled the second fucking season and ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, then they canceled it after a season, babe.
Well, yeah, well, of course, because everybody quit watching. Fuck this show. They fucking ruined it.
So, in conclusion, I think we're all a bunch of toxic man baby. Oh no, what did he call us? Piss babies, right? According to this little boy on a giant pink couch without an LGBT, without a pride flag. Shame on you. You are culturally appropriating a gay man's identity. Shame on you. I am Mecha 42. We're gonna go back to our live stream, but I'm just gonna conclude this little video portion. See ya in Las Vegas.